Hi everyone, here's a quick 10-minute stretch for your splits. First of all, we're going to take a low lunge, taking the weight off the hands, bringing the hips forwards and trying to find your balance. Bring the hip down to the ground just carefully. If this feels like too much, just take your fingers down to the floor. Breathing through it. Relaxing the shoulders. Let's move on, taking the knee down to the floor and walking the front foot towards the outside of the shoulder. We're going to take 1 or 2 elbows down to the ground. Again, think about your back hip coming closer to the floor. Push those elbows out a little if you feel that you can. Always check in with that breath. We're going to start bringing ourselves slowly back up. Bring the front foot back, square in front of the shoulder. And you're going to come back into your low lunge and take your pyramid pose. If it's too much to reach down to the floor, bring the hands to the knee, or you can even use the wall to help you balance in a flat back position. Think of lifting the hips nice and high. Working our way now back to our low lunge. This time knee coming down to the ground. And again, bring your body up nice and square, shoulders and hips in line. Just easing out of that nice and carefully. We're pulling back to our hamstring stretch, flexing the foot at the front, making sure the knee and the hip are in line with each other or don't sink too far back with the bottom. Soften the knee at the front if this feels too intense. Staying with that hamstring stretch, you're going to bring your body into the center, push back with your bottom and try and extend out through your spine as much as possible. This will be deeper in the top of the hamstring, so if you need to bend the front leg, please do so. Start walking back in nice and carefully, and we're going to fold the leg at the front into our pigeon pose. Stretch the leg at the back as much as you can, bring your body square, work on taking the back hip down closer to the floor. Here you can add your quad stretch, bringing the back leg up, pushing the toes towards the fingers for a bigger stretch. Start releasing that nice and slowly. Work your way back up into your low lunge. Stretch the knees and bring it round to the front. Bring the weight forwards onto the toes for a big stretch. Let's do the whole set on the other side. Low lunge, and if you can, hands off the floor. Let the hip come closer to the ground. Getting ready to take the hands down. Knee on the floor as you walk the foot out. And 1 or 2 elbows down. Working our way back up. Lifting the knee off the floor once you've brought the foot in front of the shoulder, and then stretching it to your parallel pose. Again, focusing on lifting the hips high and squaring the hips off. Coming back to our low lunge, really extending that back leg to the end of your mat. Knee down to the floor, bring the body up and think of bringing the hips forwards and underneath you. Down with the hands and pulling back towards your hamstring stretch. Flex the foot at the front and walk the fingertips away. Deep breaths into the stretch. Remember to soften the knee at the front if it's too intense. Going a little deeper with that hamstring stretch now, walking the hands into the center, pushing the hips back and stretching out through your spine. Beginning to walk your way back in, folding the leg at the front and easing those hips forwards into pigeon pose. Hips square, stretching the back leg as much as you can. And you have the option here to add in your quad stretch, pulling the back leg towards your bottom, pressing the toes towards the fingers for a bigger stretch. That one can be quite intense, so keep using your breath. Easing out of that nice and carefully, and you're ready to try the splits if you want.